Warning: the following views that are expressed on the Dr. Quack house calls that are expressed by the guests are not necessarily the views of this show. Strong language, partial nudity, violence may occur. Viewer discretion is advised. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the House Calls. I'm Dr. Quack, and today we are getting ready to cover Money in the Bank. Oh my God, the big show this Saturday in America for once, so that is amazing. But let me bring on my guest here, my fellow co-host. Let me bring him on, Mr. A-List Alverson.
Hello, Dr. Quack. Always good to make your acquaintance. This time we're going stateside for the PLE. That means it's going to be in prime time. I got to stay up late to watch the end of it, and I'm getting too old for that kind of nonsense. I don't know about you.
I know. Why are we not doing this at noon? That would just be great. The afternoon slumber here.
It's
but I got to
go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got a surprise for you, sir.
A surprise for me.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, let me bring him on. The man himself, Johnny Blade.
How's it going, Mr. Alverson?
Oh, well,
you can't have a show. You can't have a show, especially a show of predictions of wrestling matches without Johnny Blade. Come on now.
I wish I could.
Oh, this is going to be great. We're going to have fun. Let's have fun.
All right, fun it is. Here comes all that partial nudity and violence that you disclaim, Johnny Blade.
You know, I tell you what. Yeah, I'm feeling good today. You would think I'd be in a bad mood right now because she's not here with me right now. And A-List, I know, despite the fact that you're obnoxious, despite the fact that you are an asshole, I know you're taking good care of her. And I know everything will be fine come July 18th when I get it back. So, Dr. Quack, A-List, would you like to retort?
No, that's all right. I've been paid to do a job here, and I'll just stick to my gig at the time.
Oh, yeah, wait, I don't mind at all.
Uh-huh.
All right, well, there we go. You have these two. They'll be meeting on July 18th at War Games. But yes, let's get into this because we got the big match up here. We're going to start off with the women's Money in the Bank.
Why don't you start off with the comments? Because some people are getting colorful with Johnny Blade over here.
Huh? Oh, are they? Oh. Hello, everyone. And who is this? Stateside Canada is not stateside. Well, it's North America.
Listen. Canada is on the side of the United States. That's what I meant by stateside.
And someone shut up Johnny Blade, please. Damn, feeling the love there.
You've got the power to do that. All right, you're going to talk about women next, right?
Yeah, we're going to talk about the women's Money in the Bank. You figure one of two is going to be first. I think it's going to be the women, but we're going to go with it. Io Sky, Chelsea's Green, Valkyrie, Tiffy time over there, Naomi and Zoe Stark.
That's so obvious.
Oh, it's obvious. Go ahead. Tell us, Johnny Blade.
Come on. I mean, I would be willing to bet. If I had the SoFi title, I would risk it on this prediction right here. It's very obvious to me that Tiffany Stratton is going to take the briefcase. I mean, as much as I'd love to see Chelsea Green have it, she's obnoxious now, just like A-List Alverson, actually. A little bit more, A-List Chelsea Green, just a little more obnoxious than you. But, Chelsea Green, I would love to have her, see her have it, but I think it's going to be Tiffany Stratton. No doubt in my mind, 100% a Johnny Blade guarantee. You don't get many of those.
Oh, wow. A-List.
Well, yeah, he's talking about about Chelsea Green being more obnoxious than A-List Alverson. She's got a better contract than I do, so that would explain how it's amped up to the next level like that there. You look at the participants of this match, and what I'm really thinking and what is coming to me is that we are exiting the golden era of the women's faction, as it were, and we're entering the new generation. All the top draws that created the women's evolution that made it so that they could headline WrestleMania, they're dropping out. We got a whole new ball of talent coming in here, and this is going to be a long game as far as who wins Money in the Bank and what they are going to do with it. Now, Tiffany Stratton has been on fire as of late, but the amount of push that they are putting behind Zoe Starks is alarming to me. However, I think she's going to be one of the ones in that final push to get the briefcase, but I'm going to have to agree with Johnny Blade that Stratton is going to be the one that everybody gets behind and says, cash it in.
See, you both are going Tiffy. I'm going right here. I'm with Boss over here. I'm going with Zoe Stark. I feel like they're wanting to push her. They're trying to find a way, and I think it's long term where she gets to hold that briefcase till damn near WrestleMania. I mean, she may lose it. They may have her in a match like they did Otis over there. Remember that when they had the briefcase and all of a sudden he lost it? I mean, I think she's going to be the safe bet. I mean, Tiffy time, she might go out there and get it. But I think there's one more in this match that this is an oddball push, but I'm going Naomi. I think Naomi may also have a shot here. But, yeah, Zoe Stark, she's the one I'm going with.
Mm-hmm.
You know, should be an interesting match. I figure that's going to be opener because they're going to have the men's be the end because of somebody involved, which I'll explain later. But, yeah, let's get into it here on the second one. We've got the Bloodline taking on Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, and Kevin Owens. Hey, Liz, you start with this one.
You know, it almost seems like this isn't relevant to even what is going on now. The Bloodline has devolved from the top act in the World Wrestling Entertainment Group to the SmackDown act, and throwing Cody Rhodes with these two other top guys to float it up. It's not something that's compelling to me. Now, what we saw happen this past week with Paul Heyman and Solo, there's direction going on here. It's creative direction. So I think that Cody and them are going to get a win, but we're going to see some turmoil amongst the Bloodline, and people are going to start disagreeing with each other over some things.
Yeah, I like this just until Roman comes back. I do believe this, but I feel like they're setting up here. I feel like they're going to set up between Cody and Randy Orton. There's some friction going on bad there. And you could feel it. I could feel Randy Orton getting ready to go 100% full heel mode here. So I'm going to put with the one here. I'm going to go with the Bloodline by some bullshit.
You think that the Bloodline's going to pull it off because Randy Orton's got lust in his eyes, huh?
I do. I see it. Johnny Blade, what are you thinking?
Lust in his eyes, huh? Just like Hulk Hogan had in 1989 for Miss Elizabeth, right?
Yeah.
Look, man, this one's kind of an easy one for me as well. I gotta go with the Bloodline. We gotta keep this feud going. I mean, what is the point of the Bloodline losing right now? They have to win. Keep it going. Whatever's going on. You know, I'll let A-List do all the analysis, all the smart analysis. You know, because he is the college graduate, right?
All right. Let's just double back to wrong here. Did the Bloodline win last time?
This is true.
Doesn't matter. They win this time because
okay, all right. Well, I mean that explains the obviosity of it all, then, doesn't it?
Whatever. Is that even a word?
If it wasn't, I wouldn't be able to say it.
I mean, this isn't SummerSlam. Are you expecting the Bloodline to lose on a non-major pay-per-view?
Well, now this is major, right?
Is it major? Is it really?
Yes, it is, and I'll tell you why. Because while it might not be the tentpole event that carried the company in its formative years, it is creatively a crux of what is going to happen for the rest of the WWE year. So you have to see what happens at Money in the Bank because the story of here to WrestleMania hinges on it.
That's a fair point. We're going to see what happens. I am very curious on this. We're going to take one more here because we're going to go Sami Zayn against Braun Breaker. I'm going to start this one because I don't see Sami Zayn holding this title. There's no shot on this. He's held it twice. He got to hold it when he was over in Saudi Arabia. He got through the second time over in, Scotland. Yeah. Now we're in the States. Now we're in the real picture here. Braun Breaker's probably going to run 200 miles an hour, hit him with a clothesline, a Steiner line, and call it a day. I'm going with Braun Breaker. Johnny Blade, what do you got?
Well, I mean, I don't think it's as easy as you're making it out to be. I mean, we've seen what Sammy did at WrestleMania, if you want to look at it that way. But I mean, I got Braun Breaker too. I think it's time he wins his first main roster singles title, and just like me on July 18th, we're gonna have a new champion here in this match.
Yeah, to run Sammy over, I think would be dumb. Yes, it would make Braun Breaker look unstoppable. But again, the story that Sami Zayn went through to get and to retain the championship and the ins and outs that he had going on with Chad Gable, it seems like just to squash him now would leave him no direction in which to turn.
You don't think they'll Kofi Kingston him?
No, I don't think they'll Kofi Kingston him for the reason that he's not primarily a tag team guy. Now, see, Kofi Kingston had his New Day badge to go back to and lick the wounds there with. There, you see, everybody listens to Bossolini. He's the one that calls the shots around here.
Oh.
So I believe that Sammy will pull this out of nowhere. They will shake hands, and everybody will know that Braun Breaker has got something cool coming up. And then he'll turn and hammer down on him, and then everybody's going to be like, oh, damn, he kicked his ass anyway. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Definitely a little bit of disagreement here. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and then we'll be right back. And as you can see, we got that big show coming up on the 18th. We've also got the Promo Observer coming up next Wednesday. And next Tuesday is the Pulse. We will be having a big matchup, Blunt Row taking on Bronx Bomber. A lot of big things going on in the next couple weeks, but that's the main show that we're looking at there. But let's get into it. We got two more matches. We got two more big matches. We're going to start with the World Heavyweight title because I don't think they're going to get the main event. Damian Priest, Seth Rollins, World Heavyweight title. Damian Priest, if he loses, he's out of the bloodline. If Seth Rollins loses, he never gets a title shot again. Who's on now? I believe it is on A-List.
Is it on A-List? If it's on A-List, I'll tell you how A-List calls it. Now,
go ahead, man.
You've got Damian Priest. He's been doing a good enough job as a champion. They haven't really been making him the focus. But I think the only reason why you put Seth Rollins in this match with that stipulation is for him to lose. There's no reason to put the belt back on Seth at this juncture and disband the Judgment Day. Now, if Seth Rollins is to lose the World Heavyweight title match and he can't challenge for that particular belt ever again, the one that he originated, that means his only option is to go for the WWE Championship held by the man he brought in to the company and helped elevate to the top, Cody Rhodes. I'm looking at the long game here. Seth Rollins is going to lose tonight so he can start a whole heck fire of a roll to something else later on.
Yeah, there's definitely some dissension in the Judgment Day, isn't there? I mean, a lot of people are mad with whole Liv Morgan over there breaking up the man, breaking up mommy. Oh my God. Yeah, Eddie Guerrero's son looking good with that mullet, but damn, all that drama going on. So, yeah, I'm hoping that Seth Rollins wins this. I wouldn't mind seeing Damian Priest go away from it. But I think you're right. I think Damian Priest is going to keep going. I think he's going to hold the title because you got to have the drama to continue. And, yes, this will probably carry into past SummerSlam. That's my guess. Johnny Blade.
I mean, both of you stole my thunder. Well, A-List stole my thunder, not really you. Yeah, I'm going with Damian Priest. Damian Priest is going to squeak out a win. You got to give him at least one good title defense before he loses it to Gunther at SummerSlam, right? So, yeah, Damian Priest.
Damian Priest. I mean, this is a tough match to pick because you don't know which way they're really wanting to go here. This is really going to tell how they feel about the Judgment Day, I believe.
I just don't see a reason to have Seth Rollins get the belt back. Again, he had it for damn near a year.
Can we just celebrate he's not wearing his clothes anymore? Can we just celebrate that? I'm proud of you, Seth Rollins.
I don't want to jinx it.
Never know. And here we go. We got the final men's Money in the Bank match. Jey Uso, Carmelo Hayes, Andrade, Chad Gable, LA Knight, and Drew McIntyre. Johnny Blaze, I'll let you start with this one. Go ahead. I'll skip my turn here.
Just like I called Tiffany Stratton to win the women's, I mean, it seems obvious to me. I think Drew McIntyre takes this one. Now, a part of me is thinking, is CM Punk going to come out and cost him when he's climbing the ladder? Man, that the wrestling mind in me thinking that would probably be the logical thing. But I think CM Punk, if he comes out, is going to come out maybe after the fact, after Drew wins it. I think Drew wins the briefcase. I'll just leave it at that. I would love to hear your analysis, Mr. Alverson.
If it's not Drew, who do you think it wins?
If not Drew?
If not Drew.
Oh. Who are the choices again? Jey Uso, Andrade.
Carmelo Hayes, Chad Gable, and LA Knight.
Chad Gable would be my second pick.
Chad Gable, okay. Hey, listen, what you got first and second there?
Well, all right. So with this particular crop of people here, you got a lot of upper mid card guys. Even though his name is Main Event Jey Uso, he hasn't really been a top holder. And the only bona fide superstar in the mix is Drew McIntyre. He's an established draw. He has got everything that they need to give to him. But he's also got the antagonist in CM Punk. So I have to agree with Johnny Blade that thing lingering in the back really brings down his chances of the otherwise obvious victory that he should have. Now, I have to decide whether CM Punk is going to cost Drew McIntyre the briefcase or if he is going to cost him the cash-in after he gets the briefcase. One of those is going to be how this plays out. So I think Drew gets it, and it'll be the first time that the Money in the Bank briefcase has a foil of its own, because usually that is the device that's going to foil the champion. I've got the briefcase. I've got the contract. I can get a title match whenever I want. But if Drew McIntyre's walking around with a briefcase and CM Punk, who cost him a title every time he's got a chance at one, is dragging behind him, you've got a whole other element to the story. I'd like to see that play out. So if Drew McIntyre don't win it, I got to go with Jey Uso because that's his gimmick.
Yeah, I think we're all kind of leaning towards Drew. It makes sense. I mean, you guys have pretty much said everything on that. I think he gets screwed, though. I don't think he ends up getting it. He's my second pick. I actually feel like for once, they're going to give LA Knight the push that he needs. God, give that man his rise. Give him his praise. God, they've been holding him off TV for months. Can we just give LA Knight a chance? But it's probably going to be Drew. That's me.
It's just London all over again. We got to give it to LA Knight, but it ain't his turn. It's never going to be his turn.
That's how management's been looking at him. We got to give it to you, but no, we're going to give it to somebody else. Sorry, LA.
This is what happens when you disrupt the machine. It wasn't intended for him to be on top. He just kind of floated there.
Yes, and that's fact. Here you go. Drew gets it, holds it to SummerSlam, goes to cash in, and Punk blows it for him. See, a lot of people are seeing this, and that could happen, and that's why I think it won't happen, because they like to go against the grain over there in the machine. But we'll find out. So any big surprises you guys think will happen here? I'll start with Johnny Blade. Anything special you think hasn't been mentioned yet?
Man, I haven't even thought about that. Why don't you come back to me on that so I can give me a couple minutes to think.
You got something?
I don't think we're going to get any special surprises here. We might get some kind of a Wyatt 6 run-in during the men's ladder match, and then the whole ring clears out. There's nobody in there. They do some kind of brouhaha, and that's good for a couple of minutes. But I don't see anything meaningful that is completely out the blue, changing the outcome that we have seen because of it.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing with the Wyatt 6. I'm like, they're going to do something here with them. They're going to interfere in somebody's match. It could be the Money in the Bank. It could be the World Heavyweight title match. It wouldn't shock me there either. Johnny Blade, you got anything?
Oh, yeah, I got something. I'll just piggyback off of something A-List said earlier, and I'll just say that Drew wins it. Not only does he win it, he does attempt to cash in. Not only that, CM Punk will stop it I think that does happen. That's something A-List brought up, and I'll just pick. How about that? I'll piggyback off of you. Something you're probably used to with your partner, right?
Oh, God.
I didn't know which sense to take that in for a second. Then I realized my tag team partner.
Yeah, that was a lot
I'm
there.
sorry. I should have made that a little more clear.
Well, there you go, folks. Make sure you tune in this Saturday here for Money in the Bank. Also, don't forget July 18th. You will see these two men, the rematch, the Soulfire Championship.
I'll be there. I will be there.
The three match.
The three match. That's right. This is the rubber match.
Rematch.
The three match. I've already trademarked that. It's going to be on refrigerator magnets and all that stuff. Not the rematch, the three match.
There we go, folks. We'll see you then.